Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with G.I. Joe Classified Series Zarana number 48. Let's get into it. Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here we have on the top the Cobra symbol. She's number 48. A little bit of a window there to let some light in. A hook. On the front, nice big window showcasing the figure and her accessories. 4 and up. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. Some artwork there of Zarana, G.I. Joe Classified Series Zarana. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, her file card. Number 48, G.I. Joe. On this side, some more artwork of Zarana. See, it kind of wraps around from the front there. On the back, that nice second poster of Classified Series. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole that don't belong there. Parents, GIJoe.com! Some more small fine legalese print over here. Some more made in China print, some more Hasbro print. Includes figure and 6 accessories. Warning, attention, Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that don't belong there. Don't give it to the babies. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and her accessories. And first of all, here's her big old funky rifle with a saw blade on it. Pretty cool looking. Got a nice silver paint app right there for the saw blade. Everything else seems to be molded in black plastic. And that's fine. And here is the magazine ammo. Or the magazine ammo. The ammo magazine. For the rifle portion of it. And as you can see, there's a port right there. And it just goes right on in there. Very nice. Next up, she has a little dagger. Or maybe this is more like a dirk. Like a Scottish dirk. Nice silver paint app for the blade. Yeah, nice. I mean, there's a lot of nice little details in the handle as well. Then there's this thing, which looks like half gun and half knife. So maybe this shoots the blade off. I don't know. It's not separate pieces, so maybe it's just supposed to look that way to make it look cool. But it looks like a nice paint app here on the blade. Like a red paint app, maybe. If it's not red, don't make fun of handicapped people because I'm colorblind. Here we have her backpack. Nice molded details in there, all molded in color. And then, you know, there's the peg that goes to the port on her back. And here is her wig. Or her other wig, I guess. Very nice, kind of classic-y looking. Real American Hero when I say classic-y. I gotta say, I think I really like the wig she's got on, and we'll get to that in a minute. I mean, the paint apps are just great on this. Look at that. That face, the fades in the hair. Which is really awesome. The silver here on the shoulder, and then the zippers, this buckle piece, these pieces are the hands. The silver paint app here for the chain belt, or the chain that's on the belt loops rather, and the belt itself. And this is molded in color, I do believe. The belt, I do believe, is a separate piece that's glued in there. That may not be the case. Nice paint apps in here where the pants are ripped with big old holes in them. And then some padding on the inside of the legs. Knee pads. This looks like Viper padding. And knee pads as well. Looks kind of like that. And then nice silver paint app here on her spurs. So, and then that silver at the top shoulder, it carries all the way around, and this buckle has a paint app as well. So a little bit of slop right here, but it's not too noticeable. Her top here does seem to be an overlay piece, and that's fine, but nice molded details all throughout this figure. She just looks super punk. Let's talk about her articulation. Ah! Her wig came off. She can look up that high, and the neck, of course, is a separate piece from the head and the body. And with both of those working in unison, she can look down that far. She can chicken neck. She's got a lot of waggle in there. And the full exorcist. And the shoulder. She can do a 360 degree rotation. And there is a butterfly joint here. And it goes back this far, although it looks like it should go further. And it has it on both sides. So that's good. And it'll go forward that far. Now, as far as raising her arm up, this piece really gets in the way. And I'm afraid to move it too much because it is glued down. But she can get about that much out of it. It's pretty much the same on the other side here. It's more than this hinge working, it's more like the peg in the arm is bending. So there is that. There's a cut here at the upper bicep for a full 360 degree rotation. Double hinge pinless elbow. And it will give you that much bend. So that's pretty cool. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on an in and out hinge, and the other one is on up and down hinge. So that is pretty neat. Now there is a cut here where the chest meets the abdomen, and then there is another cut where the torso meets the waist. And as far as that upper cut goes, she can lean forward that far and backwards that far, and it does give her some left and right movement, and also a 360 degree rotation. And at the waist cut, also a 360 degree rotation, and she can bend back at that joint that far, forward that far, left and right. So all kinds of hula. Now those working in concert, forward that far, backwards that far, to the side, and just all kinds of crazy hula going on there. At the hips, she does have that G.I. Joe pull-down hinge. And with that engaged, she will give you the full splits. Kicks forward that far, backwards that far. There is a cut at the upper thigh. And it does give you a full 360-degree rotation. It's very tight though on mine. Double hinge pinless knee gives you that much bend. And there is a cut at the top of the very top of the shin, at the top of the boot, for a boot cut, and it does do a full 360-degree rotation. However, it looks weird because I guess it's not really a knee pad. I guess it's just a piece of the boot that comes up. So I guess that makes sense that it would rotate all the way around like that. At the ankles, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward-facing pin for rocker. Now, before we go any further, let's change the wigs out, and it just pops off. There's no peg or anything like Lady J had. It's just a wig or a hairpiece, whatever you want to call it. And now that I have that piece on her, that does actually look kind of cool too. They're more a real American hero-ish look. But I do think I prefer the other one with the multicolored mullet. As far as this accessory storage goes, the dirk fits right into this holster, and it stays once it's in there. As far as this knife, this big port in the backpack, that's where it goes, just like that. And then the whole thing just ports into her back, just like that. And no real storage for the gun, so she has to hold it. Not that big a deal. And no storage for the extra hairpiece. So she just kind of totes her wig around in her hand, I guess. That, my friends, is a look at the figure and her accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have Zarana with two different versions of her big brother, the mainline release of Zartan, and the 2021 Hasbro PulseCon exclusive Master of Disguise Zartan. Here's Zarana with the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, and to see how she scales up with other lines. From the Marvel Legends series, we have making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. Here's Zarana with the Valaverse Action Force Scarab and Swarm Trooper with Swarm Gear. For our final set of comparisons, here we have Zarana with Star Wars The Black Series' Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch comparison from McFarlane Toys, the DC Multiverse 3 Jokers, The Joker, The Clown. For final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series Zarana, I have to say, this is a great looking figure. The hair, the paint decos, the sculpt detail, it's all good. Everything I like about this figure, except for the range of motion in the shoulders. She can't hardly raise her arms up at all. I don't know if it's just my copy or if it's all across the board. I even like the little wig gimmick better with Zarana than I did with Lady J. So, there is that. But, you know, the only real issue that I have with this figure is the range of motion in the shoulders. So, you know, I don't know if it's going to be that big of a deal, but it sucks that she has the articulation there and just is not able to use it. So if you're still on the fence about this figure, keep that in mind, that the shoulder pads or the arm armor, upper arm armor, does limit her posability. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.